Good morning to all. BE 8261 Basic Electrical, Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering Laboratory. In this class, we are going to see verification of circuit theorem, in which we will have different subdivision. The first subdivision, first theorem, we are going to verify superposition theorem. The aim to verify the superposition theorem theoretically and manually for the given circuit. This can be done for any circuit. Apparatus required: RPS regulator power supply, ammeter, resistance, breadboard and wire. The resistance can be of different values. Whatever may be the given in the circuit, we will use that resistance. And RPS is variable. We can give any input from 0 to 30 volt DC. Statement: superposition theorem states that in any linear bilateral network, if you have more than one source, the current through the branch is algebraic sum of the current through the branch when sources are considered only one at a time, and remaining source is replaced by with its internal resistance. For example, if it is a voltage source, you can short circuit it. For a current source, you will open circuit. And procedure: the connection are given as per the circuit diagram, and you can set the particular value in both the RPS and note down the ammeter reading. This is for your initial condition for the circuit which is given in the diagram. And for the verify the superposition theorem, you need to short circuit the second RPS and you need to set down the same values in RPS 1, and you need to note down the again the ammeter reading. And the next step, you need to short circuit the RPS 1 and you need to set the same voltage in the RPS 2 that we have set in the second point. And now if you add the ammeter reading which you have get from the step 3 and 4, that should be equal to the values that we have get in the step 2, which is in the original circuit. I will show you in the diagram. This is your circuit diagram. This is RPS 1 and RPS 2. For the initial case, you need to set RPS voltage, for example 10 and 10 here. You need to note down the ammeter reading. This is your original circuit. Now if it comes to the superposition theorem, first you can short circuit the RPS 2 and you can set the 10 voltage in RPS 1. You need to note down the ammeter reading, which is your I dash. And for the next circuit, RPS 1 will be short circuited. RPS 2, you need to set down the voltage. For example, again 10 voltage, which is equal to I double dash. Now, this is a theoretical value. RPS 1 10 volt, RPS 2 10 volt, initial circuit, circuit 1. And the current through this is 8.83 ampere, milliampere. And if for the second circuit, RPS 2 is short circuited, which is 0 volt, RPS 1 is 10 volt. So the current through this ammeter is 3.5 milliampere. And for the circuit 3, RPS 1 is short circuited, RPS 2 is set for the 10 volt, and we got 5.3 milliampere. So sum of these two current will be equal to the circuit 1 current, which is I is equal to I dash plus I double dash. This is theoretical value. We will see it experimentally. This is a case. We will set up the same value, which is 330 volt, 220 volt and 1 kilo ohms, and both the RPS will have 10 volts. So we will set this 10 volt. This RPS is also 10 volt, and this is 330 ohms. This is 220 ohms. This rheostat is 1 kilo ohms, which is equal to 1000 ohms. The same circuit we have found. Here you will have RPS 1. This is RPS 2. This is one resistance 330 ohms, this resistance is 220 ohms, and this is 1 kilo ohms resistance. Now if you click simulate, you will get these values. We required only this values. This is assumed to be load, so we have got 8.8 milliampere. So theoretically also we have got 8.8 milliampere for the first case. For the second case, this is short circuited. This RPS2 is short circuited, which represent short circuited, and RPS1 is again connected to the 10 volt. If you again simulate it, you will get the values of 3.5 milliampere. See, this switch is connected to short circuit terminal. If you note down the reading for the second case, we have get 3.5 milliampere. So for the second case, RPS2 is short circuited, RPS1 is 10 volt. Theoretically, we have get 3.5 milliampere. Again, for the next case, RPS1 should be short circuited, RPS2 the same 10 volt. Okay, so RPS1 is short circuited, RPS2 is connected to 10 volt. If you note down the reading for this branch current is 5.3 milliampere. Theoretically, we have got 5.3 milliampere. Thus, the superposition theorem has been verified theoretically and practically. Of verification of circuit theorem, in which last video we have seen the superposition theorem. In this, we are going to find out the Thevenin's theorem. Aim to verify the Thevenin's theorem and to find out the full load current for the any given circuit. Apparatus required: regulator power supply, which is a DC input, variable 0 to 30 volt, ammeter, and resistance as per given in the circuit diagrams, breadboards, and DRB, decade resistance bots, which is an variable resistance. Resistance, the point serial number 3, resistance is a fixed values. This DRB indicates the variable resistance. We can vary or we can keep any values in that bots, which is that we called as an DRB. Statement: in any linear bilateral network, any circuits can be replaced with the equivalent voltage, Thevenin's voltage or open circuit voltage, in series with your equivalent resistance, that is called as an RTH. In this, we are going to find out VTH, that is Thevenin's open circuit voltage, and equivalent resistance of that circuit. If you keep these two, if you connect these two things in series, and at last we can connect the load resistance in again series with that, you can easily find out the current flowing through that load. Procedure: connection are given as per the circuit diagram, and we need to set the values in RPS. First thing, you need to find out the Thevenin's voltage or open circuit voltage. Remove the load resistance, and you need to measure the open circuit voltage at that terminal where you have removed the resistance. In that, you need to measure the VTH, Thevenin's voltage or a open circuit voltage using a multimeter. This is a practical case. Theoretically, you need to measure the voltage across that terminal, and to find the RTH, again the equivalent resistance, you need to replace the voltage source by its internal resistance. If it is a voltage source, you need to short circuit it, and if it is a current source, you need to open circuit it. Now we are using a voltage source. RPS is a DC voltage source, so you remove that and you need to short circuit that terminal, and by using the multimeter, you need to measure the resistance across that 2 points where you have removed the load resistance. and you need to frame the equivalent resistance, and you can easily find out the current flow through the circuit. Again, we will see it using the circuit diagrams. This is an original circuit. We can use your RPS resistance, and this is your load resistance. You are asked to find out the current flow through this resistance. So in practical, you can directly connect the ammeter and you can find the current flow through this to verify with the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And to find the open circuit voltage, since it is your load resistance, you will remove this load resistance, you make this as open circuit, and across this 2 point A and this point, you need to measure your VTH, open circuit voltage, using your voltmeter or using your multimeter. And to find the RTH, equivalent resistance, your RPS is short circuited, and by again using your multimeter, you can measure the equivalent resistance of this network. Theoretically, you need to find out the R equivalent, and again in practical, by simply connecting your multimeter across this 2 point A and B, you can easily measure the resistance. You need to note down the values in the tabulation. So initially you set the RPS 10 volt, and by using the voltmeter across this point, you have measured a 5 volt, and the resistance between these two terminal equivalent resistance is 495 ohms. So after you make the equivalent circuit, the current flow through that is 3.3 milliampere. So we can see a demo. This is your Thevenin circuit. We will keep the values whatever in the circuit that we have seen. Voltage is 10 volt, 330, 330, 330, and load resistance is 1 kilo ohms. Ohms, 330 ohms, 330 ohms. This is 10 volt, and this voltage is to measure the resistance. In practical case, we can use a multimeter and keep it in the ohm position, and we can measure it. Instead of it, here they are giving the voltage, they are measuring the current and voltage. Ratio of voltage and current will gives you the resistance. Right? In that way, they are measuring the resistance. Both the ways same. Load resistance is 1 kilo ohms, 330, 330, 330, and 10 voltages. Initially, you will connect this to the voltage and this to your load, and you run it. You get 3.34 milliampere. Initial circuit, we have got 3.34, right? The same value we have got here. And the next case, you need to find out the V Thevenin. For measuring the V Thevenin, you need to remove the load resistance and you need to measure the voltage across this point A and B. So what you need to do, you need to open circuit this and you need to find out. So the voltage across this terminal is 5 volt. So you have removed this resistance here, which S2 represent is open circuit. So we got 5 volt. Now the next step is to measure the resistance, equivalent resistance. So for that, what you need to do, you need to short circuit the voltage, which means that you need to short circuit the voltage at the 1, and in this case we connected to this voltage, and if you run it and your RTH is 494.5. This is 495 ohms. Right? Next, you need to make it as your equivalent circuit. This is your equivalent circuit. The voltage, Thevenin's voltage is 5 ohms, so 5 voltage, and the equivalent resistance is
494.9 and the load resistance is 1 kilo ohms. Now if you run it, you got a final result is 3.3 milliampere. That we have got it in the original circuit also. 3.3 milliampere. Here this is your current. Actual current is 3.3 milliampere. After we convert it into the equivalent circuit, again the same value we have obtained, 3.3 milliampere. This is your Thevenin equivalent circuit. This is your 5 volt that we obtained in the theoretical value, and this is DRB to set the value that we require, which is 495 ohms, and this is your load resistance 1 kilo ohms, and this is your ammeter. So finally the result, hence the Thevenin theorem is verified both theoretically and practically.